This is not just a tale told to scare children in the night. It is an archetype, a warning. It is the story of how the Mexican dream of wealth and honor decayed into a nightmare. It all begins with a man. A man who wanted to own the sun of Jalisco, but settled for the shadow. Wide shots of the highlands of Jalisco or the Bajío region, in the early 20th century. Dusty haciendas, humble people working the land. The sun is brutal. He was Juan. A young man born into poverty in rural Mexico, fresh out of the revolution. The years of the 1920s to 1940 were for rebuilding, but the gap between the landowner and the laborer was an abyss. And Juan was at the bottom. He saw luxury in the distance, embodied in the figure of the charro, the elegant horseman, the symbol of virility and fortune. Juan didn't just want to be a charro, he wanted to be the richest charro. Juan, a teenager, watches a well-dressed charro ride by on horseback. Juan's gaze is a mix of envy and desire. We see his rough, cracked hands. The obsession began early. Every penny saved was not for better food, but for a silver button set or a piece of fabric for a suit. His mother's voice, humble and wise, was the only anchor holding him back. Interior of a modest hut. His mother tries to give him a bowl of beans. Juan refuses. Juan, my son, ambition is a serpent. The bowl is full. You have a roof over your head. The roof is straw, mother. I want gold. I want the dust to yield to my stride when I pass, not cover me. Life dealt Juan its hardest blow around 1945. His parents die in misery, leaving Juan alone with his rage and greed. With nothing left to lose, desperation pushed him toward the only path that promised the impossible. The townspeople whispered about the treasure hill, a place where the ancient gods and the new devil met. A moonless night. Juan stands in a clearing, beneath a dead tree that looks like a skeleton. It is cold. On the ground, he has traced rustic symbols with ash. His hands, once trembling, are now firm with resolve. The air freezes. The silence is absolute. From the earth, not smoke, but an enigmatic figure emerges. Not a demon with horns and a tail, but a man, elegant to the core, dressed in a perfectly clean, but colorless, working suit. His skin is so pale it seems to glow. Close-up of the entity's serene face, with a smile that does not reach its eyes. The atmosphere is supernatural. I see the hunger in your eyes, Juan. A hunger that not even gold can satisfy. I want everything. The money, the respect, the finest charro suit in Mexico. I want no one to ever look at me with pity again. I will give you what you ask. More than your mind can imagine. Riches that would make a king beg. The voice is soft, persuasive. The price, of course, is his soul. Juan, blinded by the image of his future self, does not hesitate. He seals the pact. Juan transforms. Overnight, he is the landowner. He builds the largest hacienda in the region, full of crosses to suit the fears of his neighbors. His new horse is a majestic black stallion, named Sombra, Shadow. His charro suit is formal black, embroidered with threads that look like pure gold. Juan, now a handsome man, throws gold coins at women's feet. He rides Sombra at full speed. The shots are dynamic, showing the excess. These are years of waste and excess. But as the wealth grows, loneliness creeps in like a wound. The love he seeks does not arrive, only interest does. Looks of respect hide envy and fear. Juan is surrounded by people, but more alone than ever. Juan, drunk in a luxurious hall, looks at his reflection in a mirror. His face is miserable. He throws the glass. No one loves me. Only the charro. Only the gold. Juan's great achievement becomes his greatest crisis. He has bought respect, but has lost his humanity. One night, 10 years after the pact, the pale figure returns. Juan tries to flee the hacienda in the night. The devil appears, blocking his path. The scene ends in a silent, terrifying confrontation. The time limit has expired. Juan flees. The Charro, the bravest man in the region, becomes a pathetic coward, hiding from a debt he cannot pay with all his gold. He desperately tries to hide from the inevitable. Juan runs through his own hacienda, filled with crosses and holy water. He takes refuge in the chapel he ordered built. It is useless. The devil finds him. He doesn't have to touch him. The entity's mere presence is a destructive force. The pale figure approaches Juan with an expression of disappointment. The soul cannot be paid for with gold, Juan. It was a clean business deal. One you accepted. I'll pay you double. I give you my hacienda, my jewels, my horse. Just let me live. In his desperation, Juan tries to mount Sombra, his noble black horse. It is his last act of control. But the devil only smiles. Juan touches Sombra. The horse neighs, its eyes turn incandescent red. The transformation is painful. Juan's flesh dries up and vanishes over his bones, leaving only the Charro attire firmly attached. He becomes a walking skeleton covered in black silk. I won't take you to hell yet. I need you here, on earth. I condemn your body and your faithful beast. You will be the collector of my treasure, the reminder of avarice. Only when you find a soul to replace you, a fool as ambitious as you, will you be able to rest. Thus is born El Charro Negro, a spectral silhouette, an ultra-elegant ghost who only appears on the lonely roads of the high Mexican nights, where fear and darkness meet. He is the spirit of avarice, forced to tempt others to purge his sentence. A solitary traveler walks down a dusty path under a waning moon. The air turns icy. The rhythmic jingling of spurs is heard approaching. El Charro Negro appears riding Sombra, with its eyes of fire. His black suit, with silver or gold embroidery, shines in the night. He offers what he knows best, a bag of gold coins. El Charro Negro extends a skeletal hand, encased in a black glove, holding a heavy cloth bag. Good evening, friend. You seem to be alone. Do you need a little help? I have more riches than I can carry. Take them, if you are brave enough to accept the price. El Charro Negro doesn't need to deceive, he only needs to expose the greed of the human soul. If the victim accepts, they seal their fate, and the Charro Negro gets one step closer to his liberation. If the victim refuses, the Charro vanishes, frustrated but forced to continue. The legend of the Charro Negro is the result of a deep cultural syncretism, which flourished in the years after the revolution. It merges the elegant horseman of the Chiriria, a symbol of national identity, with the European devil and the pre-Hispanic dark deities. He is not just a ghost, he is the Nahual of greed, transmuted. Quick montage of images, Wixarica statuettes, the figure of Lucifer in colonial iconography, and finally, the dark silhouette of the Charro Negro riding in the distance. His legend endures, not only in Jalisco, Puebla, or the Bajío, but in the collective unconscious of Mexico. Every time someone looks with too much envy at the wealth of others, every time ambition surpasses morality, the spirit of Juan is reinforced. El Charro Negro is not the devil. He is what the devil made of a man. An eternal reminder that some debts are only paid with one's own soul, and the collector is waiting on the road, wrapped in the most expensive suit that hell could ever fashion. El Charro Negro stops on a deserted road. His spurs resonate one last time before the darkness completely swallows him.